Hey you guys, what is up? My name is Karen, aka cakedbybabyk, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a somewhat simpler video. I've been getting a lot of requests to do an eyebrow routine, so I'm going to show you guys how I groom, how I fill in, and then how I carve out my brows, because it is one of my favorite parts of doing my makeup and a staple in my everyday makeup routine. And I know I kind of touched on this in my everyday makeup routine video, but here I didn't show you how I groom them, and now I'm just going to be going a little bit more in depth with my description and my process. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, what I like to do to groom my brows is I like to use one of these small razor blades. I got mine at CVS, and these are the Ardell brand, I think. But these are super easy to use. I believe you can get them off of Amazon for like super cheap as well. Just make sure before you do this, you wipe off the blade with a little cotton pad soaked in alcohol. And then the same thing after you do this as well. So here I'm shaving the area around my brows in a downward motion. You want to go in the direction your hair grows, because if you go against the grain, that can cause a lot of problems, like ingrown hairs is a big one, for instance. So I like to always go in a downward motion. And next we're going to trim the brow hairs. So I just like to take a spoolie and then brush the eyebrow hairs up. And then here I'm just taking some eyebrow scissors and then just cutting off the tops where they're too long. And here I'm just doing the same thing on the other brow, just brushing the hair up and then trimming off the parts that are too long. And towards the end of the brow, you're going to want to brush the hair down and doing the same thing, trimming off the hairs that are too long. And here I'm just taking my tweezers. I use the one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I really love these. They give you a really nice grip on the hair. And I'm just brushing the hair from my eyebrows up with the spoolie, just so I can get a really, really nice defined curve and arch. So I'm just going in and just plucking the hairs out that I didn't get with the razor in the beginning. And here I am repeating the process on the other side, just getting some scragglers here and there. Okay, and then after this we're going to get into the fun part, which is filling in our brows. So here you can see that I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dark Brown Dip Brow. This is my absolute favorite brow product, and I'm just using the number 12 brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills as well. And this one's dual-ended, so I really like it. And you're just going to dip into the dip brow, and then I like to fill in my brow starting from the tail and the top part of the brow. I always do my strokes in the direction the hair is growing, just to make it look a little bit more natural, and then I like to fill in the top. So here I'm just filling in the tail and making it a little bit darker than I would the front. You're going to want to build up your color and not go in ham when you first put that first stroke down. You're just going to want to build it up gradually so it looks nice and natural. And here I'm going to fill in the bottom part of my brows, again, going in the same direction the hair is growing. And I like to make this bottom part a little bit more defined, just so I know where the arch is going to be specifically before we carve out our brows. And I'm just spoolieing all that out to make it blend well together. And here I'm filling in the front of my brow. I like to draw a line And after I draw that line, I'm gonna wanna brush it upwards because my hair is growing upwards. So that's gonna make it look the most natural, and it gives me a very nice and soft finish. And here I'm just using my Tarte Shape Tape because we're going to carve out the brows and make them look a little bit more defined. This one's in the shade medium, it matches me pretty nicely. And I'm just going to take that in a flat shader brush, which I'm grabbing right now and dipping into there. And then we're just going to run that underneath the brows just to carve them out. I like to start at the front and then just slowly bring that concealer back towards the arch and then to the tail. And now we're going to carve out the top. You're going to want to place your concealer a little bit above your brow, as you can see here, and then work your way down. This is just to make sure that we don't mess up all the hard work we just did with the dip brow in the previous step. And now we're just repeating with the other side, same thing, just applying that concealer onto the bottom. I'm sorry, my mirror's got in the way. Okay, you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this hopefully short and sweet video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good, and I will see you guys in my next video.